washing wealth. There are three steps to pass ten or $12,000 a month in your business consistently. And this is a really important topic. Over the last, I don't know, a few years now, we've developed an incredible reputation for getting people from ten or $12,000 a month to $1 million a year and more with window washing wealth using my black belt program, which is my core coaching curriculum. And in that process, we've developed a stellar reputation by getting position hats off my clients' heads to separate them from the day to day. And that leaves one last frontier. A group of window cleaners, pressure washers who are not yet past ten or $12,000 a month consistently. And frankly, it's that first ten or $12,000 a month that's the hardest because you're starting from zero or almost zero and you're trying to get there. And so in this session, I want to talk about what it really takes to get past ten or $12,000 a month consistently. And this leads me to a program that we have started specifically for you under $10,000 a month called Acceleration. And if you'd like to find out the details, just comment the word acceleration below, and I'll reach out with all the details of what we're doing, when it starts, pricing, what's involved, etc. You're going to love it. Okay, I want to talk about the three big mistakes that stop us window cleaners and pressure washers from going above $10,000, $12,000 a month. And I want to make sure that I give you really workable, I want to give you a really workable, practical plan to help you get there quickly. So if you're watching this live, can you say hello in the comments or put an emoji in there so I can see you guys are there? Thank you so much for that. Okay, let's jump into this. You're going to want to get a pen and a paper, and you're going to want to take some notes. So getting past $10,000 or $12,000 a month, that's our goal. I mean, doing this on a consistent monthly basis. And there are three big problems which stop us from getting there. And I want to talk about that. I want to talk about what you need to do to overcome them, because then the three steps become kind of self-evident. So, hey, if you're watching this live, please type in the word live. If you're watching this later on the replay, type replay. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Okay, so here's the first problem that most have. You'd probably think that it would be like marketing or sales or a problem like that, but it's really not. It's a confidence problem, specifically a problem lacking in confidence, where you're unsure or lacking the confidence in building a successful business delivery model. You follow me on that? In fact, you're probably certain right now that you can deliver the skill sets, right? We're good window cleaners, we're good pressure washers. We do that just fine because we do it probably almost daily. But you're not sure if you can really deliver and take your business to the big leagues. Your vision of the how-to in business acumen, business knowledge is not clear. And you don't want to be stuck having a job you call a business. So being underconfident in delivery of business knowledge really stops you really in two ways. The first group of people that are not confident in their business to go beyond that one or two man operation because they don't have the business knowledge to exactly figure this stuff out successfully. And the second kind of underconfident delivery, though, is kind of different. Let me explain. You're certain that you can serve your customers, right? But you're unsure of whether or not it's good for you, right? Good for you, meaning maybe you'll have to work too hard, day and night, long hours, even weekends, sacrifice family time in the process, and maybe you won't be able to scale because you won't be able to find good help. You get into this hamster wheel mode of going nowhere fast. If it feels like taking on more will actually bog you down, well, you're going to have a very tough time moving forward. And so underconfident delivery kind of goes both ways when you start kind of breaking this down a little bit. And that's the first big problem. And I don't know if you've felt that, but if you've ever felt like that at some point, could you just type in the word me in the chat? That'd be great. The second problem, well, it's poor lead flow. And if you think about it, the amount of lead flow is like the flow of oxygen into your business. Imagine imagine a pipe. The taps rusted shut and there's no new leads like in ages, or to a trickle of leads, enough leads to kind of live on, to a flow through the pipe with enough leads to start growing some, right? And then a flood, which is enough leads to grow quickly. Most in the window cleaning, pressure washing business, particularly in this under $10,000 a month space, well, you have lead flow problems. And there's no shame in that. We all got to start somewhere. But if you don't have leads, you can't get new customers. And if you can't get new customers, you can't pass 10 grand a month. And that means you can't scale. This is the second big problem. And the third big problem is chances are you're going to be like most and feel super awkward about sales, awkward about having a conversation with someone to get them to give you enough money for your services. I'm talking about things like what to say, how to say it, how to get the highest prices possible with the highest conversion of leads to jobs and keep them coming back. So I don't know if any of these three things relate to you. If they do, could you comment the following in the chat? Put one, the number one, if you're lacking confidence. Put two, if you're maybe also lacking lead flow, or maybe that's all it is, you're lacking lead flow. Put three in there if you're feeling a bit uncomfortable about the sales part of the business. And that will be super good for me to know. So these are the three critical issues, and we've got to solve them all. And that's what this video is all about. Okay, so let's go a little bit deeper. I'm going to show you a simple model here that I think will really, really help. All right. So this is our plan for getting you past $10,000 a month consistently. And remember our three big problems. Basically, if you kind of think about it, we've got a problem with attract, a problem with convert, and a problem with delivery. And I want to tackle these problems together with you right now. And I'm going to give you the three steps, the three steps, but I'm going to follow that with the big picture. And then I'm going to break them down so you know exactly what to do for each one. So stay with me on this. This is going to be super, super worthwhile. So here we go. In translation, this is what the three problems look like. And there it is. So first up, we're going to start with lacking confidence. And this is the first thing that you need to do, the first step to passing $10,000 a month. So number one is you want to get your business confidence intact. Get your head right. Bring in some business acumen. Get your business model on point versus just winging it, right? In other words, you need to be confidently incredible. You need to be feeling bulletproof, that the stuff you've got, your business model, and what it will get them, the customer, the outcomes thereafter, and do it in a way that is good for you as well. That's a true win-win. And I'm going to give you the three sub-steps to make that happen. The second thing is we need to do when it comes to your poor lead flow problem is we need a system for bringing in leads every single day. And daily is important. Many window cleaners, many pressure washers out there, they only have a trickling lead flow happening, like one or two leads every couple of days. And well, that's okay, but what do you do on the days that you have no leads coming in? We need new leads coming in every single day. And then the third step is we need a sales process that is effortless. And it's going to be effortless because I'm going to give you a sales process that doesn't have any awkward in it. It's not your fault that sales can kind of feel weird. But I'll tell you this, I hired a professional script writer to dial this all in for us. And it's quite remarkable how this works and the outcome that you'll get. Okay, so let's get super practical. I want to break this down for you right now. And by the way, I should say that this video is a blatant commercial. We have a new program called Acceleration to help people get past $10,000 a month consistently. And if you'd like the details, just comment the word acceleration below, and I'll reach out with all the details of what we're doing, how it works, what it looks like in price, what's involved, all of that stuff. Basically, Acceleration is a program where we're going to be installing this model into your window cleaning, pressure washing business over the next 12 weeks. So again, if you want the details, just comment the word acceleration below and I'll hook you up. Okay, so building your confidence. How do you do it? Well, there's three things that we need to do here. And I'm going to go through some diagrams with you and jump into this with the first step. We're going to identify your perfect client avatar. So whether it's residential, small commercial, large commercial, who's the one client, the one customer you are put on the planet to help? Who exactly is your market? Who is your ideal customer? We got to dial that in. We need to get you to own this transformation. So identify your perfect customer. Step number one, own the transformation. In other words, your message, your marketing, your medium attracts the customer that you have identified to you. Next, we conduct a thorough competitor analysis. Let's identify who the big dogs are in town, and let's get our prices set accordingly. Most are too low with their prices. And if you're too low, you're going to have a really hard time affording to pay employees and yourself, right? Does that make sense? If this is making sense for you, give me a thumbs up in the chat. Give me a yes in the chat, and I can kind of see what this looks like out there. When you identify your perfect future customer, and you do begin to own that transformation, then you start to design your offer and set your prices and go after them like a laser. That's what we do in this part of the triangle model. By the way, the goal is that we get customers. For example, if we're leaning residential, we design our business model so that all you need is 10, 11, 12 new customers each month. Super doable to add or get you past $10,000 a month consistently with strategies that we have that make that work. That's the whole idea here. And the third step is becoming an authority in the marketplace. Part of this starts with brand, then perception, professionalism, and creating the why customers should use you over anyone else. And we use that to start dominating the market. In my company, things that make me different, that separate my company from others. One is Google. We have more Google reviews than anyone by a long shot in the marketplace we serve. Angie's List, we're the #1 company in the country with A-rated reviews. That would be an example. For you, well, it's harder. I'm a more mature company. I've been around for a while. But for you, it's harder to come up with these differentiators, right? To be like the red Ferrari in the parking lot of white Pintos because you're smaller, you're younger, you're newer, you're just starting. We have 3 hooks or USPs for you to start that I can promise you no one is saying. No one. And they are very, very compelling. So even if you're a one-man show, the mission here is to give off a $1 million company perception, becoming the go-to company. And we will teach you how to do that. We have 10 strategies that make this happen. So This is the first three steps to building confidence, to a strong business model in our acceleration program. Again, designed to get you past $10,000 a month consistently. And we're creating a platform here so that you can launch from. And we're starting a new set of case studies this month. And if you want to find out more, type the word acceleration below and we'll do some magic together. Okay, next up. When we do these three things, we've got delivery confidence, if you will, in our business model. We're certain that we can look a prospect in the eye and let them know that they will get served at the highest level. And we're also sure that when we do serve them, we're going to love they're going to love the experience and we're going to love the experience, and it's going to be something sustainable and scalable and profitable for us as well. So let's talk about lead flow, because that's the second big problem. You have a lead flow problem. First thing we want to do is we need a system for connecting with these perfect prospects. We need a lead generation system. And the aim in the program is that you connect with 50 perfect prospects every single day. And there's a simple strategy that will show you how to implement this. We just have to set it up. It takes about 30 minutes to do it. So let me be really, really clear. When you're under $10,000 a month, you do not want to be spending money on ads. You do not want to be spending a cent on Facebook ads, Google ads, SEO. You're not ready for that. You're just not ready for that. So if anyone tells you you should be spending money on ads when under $10,000 a month, they're an idiot. I did not spend money on these platforms at all when I was starting my company. It's just too risky in the beginning. Does that make a little bit of sense? So here's another part of the triangle model. Here it is right here. Poor lead flow. We need an attraction model, an attraction mechanism to generate more leads. And we have three areas that we do this. One, as you can see, is external marketing. And we're going to show you how to implement lead generating levers, how to turn these on. We have I think right around a dozen of them. So cut, copy, paste into your company. And you have to ask yourself, do you want a trickling faucet of lead flow, or do you want an irrigation system of leads coming in? Step two, internal marketing. We need to compel our existing database to raise their hands. And we do that with four very specific strategic programs that you can copy and turn on within 48 hours. And step three is what I call nurture. You know, there are two sayings that you'll hear me say over and over again if we're working together. One of them is never go away. And the second one is become the obvious choice. I remember I was speaking at a convention. There's about 100 people in the room. And I asked them, I said, everyone in the room, I want you to think about this. Raise your hand if you can remember the name or the company name of the electrician that came to your house the last time. Unless they're a friend or a neighbor or a relative. One hand went up. One. What the heck? They don't get it. These people don't get it. We do get it, and we're going to teach you how to do that. We have three very powerful programs that will show you how to do this. One of them is responsible, and this is going to sound a little bit crazy, but it's absolutely 100% true. One of them is responsible for generating $1 million in annual revenue in my company. And it's not public knowledge. I don't share it in my book. I don't share it on stages. I don't share it on podcasts. It's proprietary, and you will get access to it. When these three steps come alive, the attraction mechanism kicks in, meaning lead flow increases. And that means revenue does too. And our marketing system becomes what? Well, it becomes engaged. So the mission here is to get your revenue up and over $10,000 a month consistently, so you're in a comfortable position to join my window washing wealth black belt program. which is my core coaching curriculum that will take you beyond 50,000 a month and $100,000 a month. We do this with expansion models. We do this with financial models. We do this with administration models, world-class service models. There's a bunch of them that we do this with. It's a pretty cool door that clients enter, but that's a different conversation. You're not qualified to enter the program yet if under $10,000 a month, my black belt program. So that's why we're talking about acceleration. So let's be honest. I'm balancing two hats here. I want to serve and I want to give. And I've got an agenda here. I've got an agenda. My job is to get you to comment the word acceleration below and find out more details so that you can join us and join me and my team so we can get you past $10,000 a month consistently. So let me go to the next slide. Next up, we still haven't solved the third problem, right? The third step to passing $10,000 a month consistently. And if you remember, it's that sales feels kind of awkward, kind of weird, kind of manipulative. It's not comfortable. And most of us, well, we're just not natural at sales. And so we want effortless conversion of leads to jobs on the calendar. How would that feel? So we've got leads coming in. They're raising their hands. We need to move them from leads to jobs in the sales process. And we have a system for you that just simply works. We've been using it for years in my company and in my clients' companies as well. And I don't want you to mess with it, okay? Just leave it the way it is. It works great. And if you do this, your sales conversion rate will only go in one direction, up. So let's break this down. One, scripts or frameworks of scripts. I paid a professional script writer to build all this out for my company and now for yours. You get the exact words we use to increase conversion, overcome the top objections like price, and get customers to do one thing: get them on the calendar. And you'll learn the 5 magic words to pop revenue, to get reviews, and get referrals. The second problem is a term that I coined called price positioning. And we have a fascinating proprietary strategy that we came up with that does one thing. It drives customer job average tickets up to the moon. And another program that is designed to automatically integrate upsell and cross-sell opportunities, and even downsell programs if you just can't get that job on the calendar. Our downsell programs will help make that happen. And 3 is optimizing your service strategies. And we will coach you on how to become the #1 go-to company with the correct wheelhouse of services. And we have one in particular that 95% of our competitors do not do that has become super, super duper profitable for us. And you'll get all those details. Now, I want to be really, really clear. I want to be super transparent about my intentions for you. We're here today talking about how to go from 0 if you're just starting, or maybe you're at $4,000 or $5,000 a month, maybe you're at $7,000 a month, and we're talking about getting you past $10,000, $12,000 a month consistently. And that word consistently is the operative word. But my vision for you, it's way bigger. Frankly, I want to take you way beyond that. And my acceleration program is designed to get you past $10,000 a month consistently. But why? Why do I want you to pass $10,000 a month? Well, there's 2 reasons: a generous reason and a selfish reason. The generous reason is it'll really help you. If you're below 10,000 a month, or you're up and down in monthly revenue and you're just not consistently above it and you're fighting to get there. I mean, think about it. $10,000 or $12,000 a month, that's life-changing money, right? But the selfish reason, well, it's really simple. We've got this program in window washing wealth called Black Belt, my core coaching curriculum. Its only job is to take people who are already up and running as window cleaning and pressure washing business owners who are already above 10,000 a month or more and get them to $50,000 a month. Or if your goals say it, $100,000 a month. And we have so many that have done that, precisely that, helping those go from under 10,000 a month to over $100,000 a month in my Black Belt program. We have many that have done that. We have a list of people, and it's very, very exciting for me to be able to say this. It's just awesome. The success stories, they just keep on coming in, and it gets me excited. So if you're under $10,000 a month, my acceleration program is for you. It is designed to get you into a position in revenue over $10,000 a month so that we can work with you in my core coaching program, Black Belt. We want you to say, Jim, your acceleration program did its job. Now let's go to the big leagues. I want to go to Black Belt. Then we'll work together in Black Belt and get you to a $500,000 or $1 million a year. Now, I know if you're below 10 grand a month right now, $1 million a year sounds like a pipe dream, right? It's pie in the sky, a ludicrous number. And you don't have to believe it yet. The only thing you have to believe is getting past 10 grand a month consistently sounds like a great next goal. That is your mission. And that is my mission for you. And I'm doing this because out of every 100 people or so in the window cleaning pressure washing business, only about 10 or 15% are over 10, 12,000 a month consistently. It's not very many. And so we'd love to see how many of these people we can get past 10 grand a month, 12 grand a month. And when they do, then work together with them in my core program. So the deal is, if you join my program, Acceleration, you need to join the program on the condition that when you pass $10,000 a month consistently, you'll use a little bit of that money to join us in Black Belt. That's kind of the trade that I want to make with you. And I mean, does that make a little bit of sense? So this is your pathway, 3 steps to pass $10,000 a month. Okay. Here's the big picture. Here it is all laid out. Step 1, lacking confidence. How do we do it? Well, the first thing we do is we identify your perfect customer. I did it wrong when I started. We do a thorough competitor analysis in your city. Then we set your price, get your business perception on point. When we do that, we know that you're building a platform to grow from. And when we do that, you know that you can confidently get customers and that you can do it in a way that is scalable. All right, step 2, more leads. And we do that by integrating external lead generating levers. We turn on internal marketing strategies and we implement a nurturing process where you never go away so that you become the obvious choice. And when you do that, guess what? You've got lead flow. You've solved problem number 2, not enough leads. And then step 3 is effortless sales. Here, 3 things occur. Leads to job conversion percentage increases, meaning more jobs on the calendar. 2, higher customer tickets occur, so more money per job. And 3, we implement strategies to keep those customers coming back for repeat service over and over and over again. If you want to find out more about how this program works, when the next round starts, how the deliverables work, how much it is, just comment the word acceleration below, and my team will send you a message with the details on a PDF, and then you can read through it. And if that makes sense for you, let's do some magic together. Is that cool? But if you have any questions, I want you to DM me. I want you to reach out to me, email me, text me, whatever that looks like for you. That's what I'm here for. I would love to be of service and help you break through $10,000 a month consistently and then take you much further. Again, just comment the word acceleration below and I'll give you the details. We've spent the last few years working with people who are already successful as window cleaners and pressure washers to take them to the next level. And this is the first thing we've really done specifically designed to help new businesses, smaller businesses, or young, stuck businesses start right. And frankly, it was a bit of an experiment for me, and it's working very well. We're very excited. I'll tell you, Dylan, he started at $1,000 a month. In 2 months, $15,000 a month. Jeremy, zero to $20,000 a month in month 3. John, who started at zero, reached $9,140 in 60 days that month, month 2. You get the idea. The stuff really works. That's all I'm going to say. If you want to find out more, you know what to do. Comment the word acceleration below. I'd love to help you if we possibly can. You'll be working with my team live every single week for the next few weeks as we go through this process together. And I got to tell you, I'm a little bit proud of this. I think it's like almost the next best thing I've ever made. So listen up. If I can help, I'd love to be of service for you. I'm going to wrap this up. I've got a few things to get ready for. We've got a couple of new black belts starting today, and I've got to go meet them for the first time here shortly. Thank you for joining me. Any questions? Ask them in the comments below, and me and my team will answer them through the day for you. And again, if you want to find out more, just comment the word acceleration, and I will see you soon. Now, you know 3 steps to get past $10,000 a month. Bye for now.